What's up, guys? This is Zach, and today I'm going to do a quick app review. Usually, I don't really do a ton of app reviews, but in the occasion that I find a good one that I like, I might want to. So that's the point of this video. This app is called Facetune. It's right here. It's on the App Store. But I do believe I paid for it. It was a while back I got this app, but I use it all the time, and I wanted to do a quick demonstration of it. So usually when you would download this app, it would start out like this. You could try a demo photo, whatever. I guess I'll do one of their demos. So you could do this with anything, selfies, cars, nature, whatever. And I already know how to do this, so I'm not really going to follow with the demo. But let's say you wanted to edit the way her facial expression looks or any aspects of the face. I usually don't really use this app for selfies or anything like that. It's usually for car pictures and nature. But so for instance, you want to smooth out her skin, you could use the smooth button right here at the bottom. And I know you guys can't see my fingers, but basically I'm using two fingers and I'm pinching in and out to get closer. So with the smooth button, you have smooth and you have smoother. You could basically smooth out right where you touch. As you could see her forehead right by in between her eyebrows and her nose I'm working on. You basically just draw right on with your finger and it will smooth out the way the skin looks. So it'll look, I don't really judge people on how they look, but I guess it would add beauty or whatever you would want. And it makes her face look a little bit more smoother. There's no acne or anything like that. So I'm working on her chin right now. And we'll come up on the left side of the face and you'll see all this stuff just disappear. All I'm doing is drawing over it with the smooth tool. Get her forehead. And once you learn this app, it actually works very nicely. We'll get her neck. Like I said, I'm just drawing on it. I know you guys can't really see it, but I'm just using my finger and drawing all over her skin with the smooth tool. Smooths it all out. So you can see her face. And then at the bottom right, you see this little blue circle with two squares in it. If you hold that, it'll show you the previous image before you edited it. So as you can see, this is what it looks like now. This is the before. So we removed any skin defects or anything that could have been on the skin, and it looks very clear now. I'll show you guys another tool. So you hit the check mark at the top to confirm it. Let's say we wanted to get rid of the freckles. So basically we could either use one of two ways. The tones button down here, and you hit picker, and you could pick like a skin tone. So anywhere you touch, it's going to pick that color. So as you see, I could touch her lip and you'll see the red. I could touch anywhere near the face and get her skin color. And now that I have the skin color locked, as you see it says palette with the skin color, I hit the paintbrush and I just paint right over it. So we'll paint over those little areas. Now this, you could see it was a little bit dark. So I'm going to hit the erase button and erase that and pick a little lighter skin color and just go right over it. Okay, so now it looks, you could definitely tell that I did something to it. But, you know, with a little more color picking and shading, we could get it pretty close. And we'll use the smooth tool, and then we could get rid of that even more. Okay. Alright, so right about there is good for now. We'll get the smooth tool, and we'll just smooth it all out. Now look, you barely even see it. Okay, so let's see another way of doing this. I X'd out of that so it didn't save it for you. You could use this button called patch. So with patch, you basically take an area of skin and you can move it anywhere. So if I want, I could go over her eye and move part of her eye down here. So we'll just patch up the little freckles. Hit the patch tool again. And bam, they're gone. Then we could use the smooth tool again, smooth it all out. Check, and there we go. So before, after, before, after. Works nicely. There is a whitener button too, so you could whiten teeth if you wanted to. Just go in and draw right over them. And usually any of the stuff you do, if you mess up, you could go back. So our teeth are whitened now. We'll use something, maybe we'll use a details button. So we'll go in on our eyes. We'll just highlight it and it'll really make them stand out. And same thing with the eyelashes if you wanted. Just draw over them real lightly and there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much it for like a picture of this sort. Let's edit one of my car pictures. So I'll open up one of my photos. I took most of these today. There's a few Instagram pictures down there. Um, hmm. We'll take this picture right here of my car. Just parked on the bridge, and we'll edit it a little bit. Okay, so usually with my car, and I don't have my DRLs on, the daytime running lights, usually I have angel eyes right there, as you could see. Now, being that you can't see them in the picture, I'm going to hit tones. I'm going to hit the palette, and I'm going to choose a white color. And then I'm going to hit my paintbrush, and I'm just going to go over these with white, shade them in a little bit, and it'll basically appear that the lights are on, even though they're not. It's more or less like a Photoshop. And that's pretty much what this app is Photoshop for the iPhone, I would say. Okay, we'll do this one. And the trick to this is zooming in close to get a more precise drawing. If you're over here and you do it, it's just going to make white all over the place. So the closer you get, the more precise it is. And you could get as close to every little pixel as you want. So as long as you have the time and the effort to do this, you could really make a nice picture. Okay, so there you go. You could see the difference between the angel eyes. Do this side real quick. And there we go. The more you hold it, the more color it's going to give. So if you just go over it real fast, it's just going to lightly shade it. I'm going over it multiple times to darken it. Alrighty, almost there. Okay, add a little bit to the bottom, and that should be good. There we are. So it looks awesome. We got the lights in, and it looks good. Alright, so let's say we wanted to put the illusion that my front window's tinted. So we could go hit tones, maybe go in on a color. We'll just take the black off of my windshield wipers, and we'll zoom out and just give it a little tint job. Now, I'm not really pressing hard or, leaving my finger on there. I'm just kind of going over it real lightly. And for a tint job, it's easy to back out this way so you could tint more with one swipe. All right, and then we get our erase tool, and we go in and we erase anything that we don't want. So as you could see, the black went over, but we could just use our finger and get rid of it. So in some applications, don't be afraid to overdo it because you could always get rid of it. This app is very forgiving. All right. Okay, there we go. So now our window looks like it's tinted. Now, as you could see, I did go a little bit thick right there in that spot, but yeah, you could always go back and fix it. Let's say we wanted to add more depth. So we're going to use a details button, and we're going to detail this windshield so you could really see the trees and the reflection. And we'll highlight this bridge, the metal on the bridge, get it a nice in-depth look. It'll really sharpen the image. So again, I'm just using my fingers right now, going over the bridge. I'll do the trees a little bit. There we go. And I could even detail the lights some. So just draw over the lights, maybe the grill. And there we go. And even, for instance, my name. I could really detail that up and make it pop. And so there's the image so far. So we'll show you a before and after. Here's before, here's after. So not always is this what you're going to do with it. You could use the app for a million different pictures. But I figured I'd just show you, a quick way that you could use it. Here's another example. Let's say we wanted to add a red look. Now, we'll grab a red. These little lines right here, I'll draw it for you so you can see real fast. These lines right here usually are white. They're like another daytime running light. But let's say we wanted to add red to it. We'll do that. Erase everything that we messed up on. And I'm really doing this quick. So if you take your time on it, you could definitely make this come out really nicely. As long as you don't, rush it. I'm rushing it, not really, but just trying to get through the video. I'd hate to make a video that's 2 hours long for you guys. So, all right, go over to this one, and we'll add a nice little red tint. And like I said, you can make this as dark as you want. So this one's going to be a lot lighter than the other one, as you could see. And we'll see which one looks better. All right. So there you go. So let's say we don't want it. We'll erase it. Just go right over it with the erase button, and you're back to normal. So let's try tinting the headlights maybe. We'll use that as another quick example. Just tint them slightly. Go around with the erase button and erase what we messed up. And there we go. Okay. There we are. So we'll do before, after, before, after. And I do notice I missed a little bit of black right there on the road. So we'll just use the smooth button, smoothing it out. And that should be about it. This app does have filters, red eye, defocus, all that. So let's try the defocus and the blur. So if you wanted to, you could, for instance, blur out the side of the image. So if you're trying to focus in on just the car, we could blur the rest of this out, which is not really what I would do, but it's kind of just showing you guys. See? So you can blur all this out if you want. Alright, I'm going to X out of that though. I don't like the blur on this particular image. We'll hit filters. That's another one you could do. Now there's different filters like color waves and stuff like that. I usually don't use those a whole lot. I like this one. It's called texture. You could add a texture to the picture. So as you see here, if you zoom in, it gives it a nice different type of look. My favorite would be the erosion. It gives it that old rustic look, but it's cool. I like how it looks. A couple other ones for you guys. And usually you could edit how deep it is. This one looks nice, wind wash. So if you want, you could go on, put your finger on the image and raise the darkness of it. So basically put your finger right in the middle and go right to make it darker, left to make it lighter. So you could really make it look different. You could always hit lens too. So we can make this look, like it came out of a different type of lens. You can make it pop and be different. I'm going to go with the original though. And wipe. So here's another thing you could do. You could wipe the stuff off. So if you want that old rustic look, you could do that, but you could also leave the car looking normal. Okay, we also have our lighting. And with this app, there's just so many options you could do. That's why I really wanted to show you guys. There's frames. It's never ending, really. And let's see, what else do I have to show you guys? Canvas. So the canvas is just to rotate the picture, flip it, do whatever you have to do there, crop it. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's a whiten button. Usually that's for facial, teeth, anything like that. You could whiten, I guess, the car if you wanted to. There's a smooth. We went over that. Details, which is another good favorite. It'll really detail everything. Patch, tones, red eye, defocus, filter, and frame. So I think that's about it. And then basically when you want to save it, you hit the top right button and you hit save to camera roll. And that's about it. And you could actually save it right to your Instagram or Twitter if you wanted also. So that's about it. And if you want, you could go through the different steps. So as you see at the bottom left, there's arrows. So we could go back through everything we did. That's about it. Like I said, the app is called Facetune. Check it out, and I'll be back with you guys soon. Later.